quick pre-video announcement for you folks. There's not going to be any videos over this weekend on the channel. You'll have heard me moaning about being sick all week, and I have now been told that I'm not allowed to do any videos over the weekend. So we'll be back on Monday 7 PM with the next home video. Obviously use this as an opportunity to get caught up on Non-League to Legend if you're behind on that series, because I know not everybody can watch both all the time. So catch up weekend. Let's put a positive spin on it. Hello and welcome to part 27 of It's Coming Home. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we are away against both Wrexham and Farsley Celtic in the National League North. Since you were last with me, things have been a struggle. We had a very dominant first couple of matches in that last episode, and I thought we were just going to cruise to another league title back to back to back. But it's not been plain sailing from there. We've only won 2 of the following 5 games, 2 defeats, and a draw in there as well. And we find ourselves down in 7th place in the league, still on target for what the board are looking for. The board are looking for a playoff finish. The media are predicting a 2nd place finish. What we need to do, if we are going to be in the playoff mix, we have to keep pace with Wrexham, at least hang on to their coattails as they pull away with the league. I'm assuming Wrexham are going to win automatic promotion, and hopefully we can be not too far behind them. I don't think it would be the biggest disaster in the world if we finished in the playoffs but didn't get promoted this year, because we are in danger of having the quality of opposition go beyond the infrastructure that we've got in place, and it can catch up with us at some point, and that wouldn't be good. Other news, we have re-signed a former home star. Oh, he's not really a former home star because he never actually played for us, but we have re-signed on loan till the end of the season Levi Potton, who you'll remember from episode 1 of It's Coming Home, because he was our superstar. He was the best striker at the club by a million miles, better than Anthony Harris, better than Mick Powell. He is 31 now. He left just after the first episode, and he's played 3 full seasons in the National League for Aldershot. They've put him on the transfer list this season though, so probably because he's old, getting on a bit, declining a little bit. But one of the reasons our form has been struggling is because Mick Powell has been in terrible form. Cameron Archer is also not in great form. So Levi Potton is here on loan as a leading player at this level to offer some competition to Mick Powell. The only problem is we're not going to get to see him play today because he pulled his ankle ligaments in his first under-23 game. He did come off the bench in our last match for 10 minutes, wasn't close to fit at all, and yeah, he's got himself injured playing for the under-23. So you'll see Levi Potton in the next episode, and I'm tempted to give him a little run in the team, maybe half a dozen games of Mick Powell being on the bench, because he's never really been anything other than an automatic first choice, Mick Powell, and it might do him some good to spend a little bit of time on the bench. And we also signed another player on loan as well, George Hornshaw, who's a 21-year-old central midfielder on loan from Scunthorpe, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. Another player up there, equivalent in quality to Buckley and Benson, as a very good central midfielder at this level, who's had a very good start to life here at home. So this is the team we're putting out there for the first of our 2 games. It is the big one. We're away against top of the table Wrexham. Let's set expectations. Expect to lose this game. I'm expecting to lose this game. But if we can pull off a win, then I think we've got a chance of being in a title run. If we don't, then I think we're probably going to struggle a little bit. It's a slightly new look team to the one you're probably going to be used to. The most notable absentee is Shane Phillips, who isn't even on the bench. I can't even fit him onto the bench because who do we take off the bench to put him in? I think we might be coming to the end of Shane Phillips, and I feel bad about it. He's suffering more than anybody about us not having 7 substitutes at this level. It's so stupid. We had 7 substitutes for the last 2 seasons. We'll have 7 substitutes when we go up, but for whatever reason, in the National League North, you only get 5 substitutes, and it means we've had to sacrifice a goalkeeper and Shane Phillips, and I don't like it one bit. But this is our team. We've got Mayle in goal, a back 4 of Critchlow, Noble, Carter, Colley and Diallo, with Pozo as our defensive midfield player, Hornshaw and Buckley in central midfield, and then the usual front 3, Cottrell, Powell and Stanley. Although, like I say, Mick Powell struggling a little bit this season, only averaging a 6.96. If we look at his recent form, he obviously started the season very well, but look at those 5 games while you've been away, a 6.3 and 4 6.4s, no goals, no assists. That's why we went out and got Levi Potton. He's not made it beyond 70 minutes in any of those matches. Mick Powell is doing a reverse Mick Powell at the moment, and he's really struggling to adapt to life in the National League North. Jake Wright is currently my first reserve because he came on and scored in the last game, whereas Cameron Archer, I think I'm done with. We talked a little bit about him on the last episode, about how he had a really poor season last year, but we couldn't find anyone better in the summer, and then he had a really good pre-season, so we offered him a new contract. He's been poor again this year. He just 29 games, 1 goal. I know they're 29 substitute appearances, but you'd expect more than 1 goal in that amount of football. I just don't think he's the striker for me. So for now, Jake Wright is going to be our backup to Powell while we wait for Levi Potton to be fit. And then Levi Potton, I mean, he would be starting today if he was fit, because I'm getting frustrated with Mick Powell. Very frustrated. This is where he goes and scores a hat-trick today, and he's absolutely fine. I hope you're listening, Mick, and you're going to do a Mick Powell. We're huge underdogs. We haven't been huge underdogs for 2 years. We're huge underdogs here. No pressure on you to succeed. I think we'll do that. Let's just calmly... I mean, that's going to be a nice team talk for them to have. We haven't had a team talk like that for so long. Let's see how we get on. I mean, like I say, expect to lose this. If we can put in a decent performance whilst still getting beaten, I'll be quite happy with that. Stanley with a decent effort early on. I apologise, I am still sipping on my honey and lemon tea as well. It's the only way I can talk for 20 minutes uninterrupted without my throat exploding. So there will be the odd little sip of honey. All the honey's sunk to the bottom. I've nearly finished this one. It's like taking a spoonful of sugar. It's horrible. It's like sour sugar. How is that a thing that can even exist? Right. Oh, I need to put that down, but I will need to pick it up again when it looks like I'm about to cough. Right. Hornshaw, your first look at him. Beautiful ball over the top for Mick Powell. Can he finish it off? And that is exactly what I'm talking about with Mick Powell. He's already got himself booked. He gets an absolute on a plate golden opportunity, and he doesn't miss from there usually, but he missed from there. I don't know what's up with him. I wonder again, we speculated last season whether the pressure of being captain is getting to him. I don't know if that's something that's in the game or how it's something that we monitor, but he's still the captain. He did turn his season around as captain last year, finished off on nearly 30 goals again. But he's struggling at the moment to find any kind of form at this level. Stanley now. What can he do? Beats one man, plays it back to Diallo, who plays it across to Pozo. We've slowed the attack down a little bit again just to keep hold of the ball. Hornshaw, though, with a cracking effort from range that just skims the top of the crossbar. I mean, we've looked competitive. Considering this is a game against opposition who are top of the league, haven't lost yet this season, are supposed to be so much better than us. If we'd have had an informed striker, we'd be ahead. We've had 62% of the possession. We are playing well. We just need to take our chances when we get them, and that's what we're not doing at the moment with Powell. And a lot of the poor form, unfortunately, has to land with Mick Powell, because he's got to be our source of goals and he's not finishing chances. Powell is in again here and does really well to find Stanley, and this time it's Stanley that can't convert. Not as simple a chance as the one Powell had, but still a relatively straightforward header, albeit with a defender challenging him. And we go in at half-time 0-0. 0-0 would be a very good result in this game, but I do feel like we probably should be winning. So we have been the better team. Just keep doing what you're doing. We'll be fine. Let's do a special team talk to Mick Powell. We don't do this very often. I think I might just have a go at him. I am disappointed. There you go. We've fired up Mick Powell. Let's see if that makes a difference. He's got 15 minutes before Jake Wright comes on, because I'm fed up of him missing so many chances. I don't know if 15 minutes is enough time for him to actually make any kind of positive change to his season, but I'm just... Oh, and now we've given away a penalty. Have we? We have. Stanley. What's Stanley doing anywhere near our penalty area in that situation? I don't even understand why he's there. And we're 1-0 down. And we don't deserve to be behind. We have been the better team in this game. On every stat, we've been the better team. But because of the poor finishing, we're 1-0 down. Right, let's show some passion. Everybody needs to be fired up. I do worry a little bit that a fired up Mick Powell's going to get himself sent off. As soon as he stops being fired up, we're taking him off. Still on 6 point. I mean, he's down to 6.2 now. We can't leave him on the pitch. I don't care how fired up he is. He's just been so poor again. I don't know. Do we strip the captaincy? But do we risk upsetting him permanently if we do that? And who do we give the captaincy to? Who's a better captain than Mick Powell? I don't know who our leaders are. Buckley, maybe? Colley, even though he's new? Carter? We've got Benson to come on as well and just try and change up the midfield a little bit. Push Hornshaw a little bit further forward and get creative. Come on. I mean, we were supposed to lose this game, but then when you play like that and still lose, it's frustrating. Because we shouldn't have... Yes, we should have lost, but on the day we shouldn't have lost. I know what I mean. I mean, we don't look out of our depth at this level. We just look like we've got a desperately out of form striker. Not happy with the result. Because I'm not. Connor Stanley's feeling down and pressurised. Well, perhaps you should have scored when you had that opportunity. You silly bear. There's my solution. I've sent Mick Powell on a leadership course. I've never done it before. I don't know what it does. But, I mean, his leadership's already pretty good. But he's now going on a leadership course to become even more of a leader. I don't know if it's going to make any difference at all. Right, we've signed another attacking player. A winger who can play on left wing or right wing. And he's going to offer some competition. He's better than Cottrell, apparently. Almost as good as Connor Stanley. Because nobody's playing particularly well. And this guy played a full season in League Two last year. So you'd think he'd come in and be able to do a job for us. Right, let's get into the team talk then. Am I passionately happy? No, I'm assertively happy. Don't get complacent. That's always the right thing to do when we're in the lead, surely. We're on Powell watch, though. And goal aside, Powell and Pozo are the two that I'm keeping an eye on. Because Pozo, we can take out the team any time. Powell, we've got Levi Potton very close to fitness, ready to come in for him. Stanley's not playing great. I wonder if maybe Cottrell could... I think Cottrell can play on that side as an inside forward. Maybe we go two inside forwards supporting Powell. So if we take Stanley off, it's saying Jake Wright is the best option. Can Cottrell not play on that side then? He's natural on that side. Well, that's ridiculous. We bring Cottrell over that side and we play him as an inside forward. Doesn't need to be on attack. Just an inside forward on support. And we try them that way around, trying to get a bit more support to Mick Powell. And I am going to take off Pozo. Actually, I'm going to take off Hornshaw. And we're going to push Pozo further forward. Buckley doesn't understand what's just happened. But Pozo, we'll just play him in there as a normal midfield player. The only problem is we don't have anyone more attacking. We'll push Benson forward as a Mazzala. And Buckley can come on in a minute. We've got too many good players. That's the problem. We've signed too much. It was all right when I only had 11 players and I didn't have to think. I was fine. Now I've got 16, 17 first-team quality players. I don't know what combination to play them in. I've been found out. I'm incompetent at picking a team when I have more than 11 players to pick from. Powell is in again. Powell, what was that from Mick Powell? Apparently he's won a corner. I don't see how that happened, though. I don't understand what just... Oh. Pozo to Powell. Powell has given away a free kick. I thought he'd won a penalty for a second there. I tell you what. No, I was going to bring Jake Wright on for Powell, regardless of the fact he scored, but Pozo's not playing particularly well. So we'll get him on and we're going to sort this out into our normal midfield again. Benson and Buckley back together for the first time in a little while, since Hornshaw signed, I think. I've kind of played Hornshaw with one of the two. But let's see if they can recapture last season's partnership. That would be handy if they do. But we're defending a corner here right at the death and it's just over. In fact, it's not right at the death. We've got like a minute and a half to go. It's with Mail. Just kick it up the field. I know you're supposed to play it out to these two, but look how they're being marked. Just kick it a long way. There you go. He used his brain. I like it. It is coming straight back, though. Critchlow Noble to Benson. Buckley now with a little bit of space. Benson across to Critchlow Noble. He's got Benson and Buckley inside him. Buckley to Benson, all the way across to Davis, who is in acres of space with no, it's not Connor Stanley, it's Cottrell on the wrong side of the pitch ahead of him, and we've won a corner. With 30 seconds left, us having a corner, I think we might have found a win here. Buckley is going to float it across, and Mick Powell's going to head it in. I've decided he's not even going to take the corner, is he? Powell across to Colley it was, who heads it just over, and that is that. We have found a route to victory. There you go. It was a nice victory. It's nice to get an away win in again. And really, after all my whinging and moaning on this episode, I refer us all back to the start of the video and the start of the season. The board are looking for playoffs. The media think we're going to finish in the playoffs. And I'm fairly confident that after that, we're ending the episode in the playoffs, which is exactly where we should be. We gave top of the table Wrexham a really good game, and we've ended the episode in 4th place. So can't really complain, can I? It's actually gone quite well. Right, remember, we are back on Monday at 7 p.m. now. No weekend videos this week. Use it as your catch-up weekend. We're probably going to be back somewhere around here. We'll play another half dozen or so games in the league, unless we get loads of cup games in the meantime, in which case we'll be a little bit sooner. But have Darlington got Tom Elliott? No, where is Tom Elliott in this universe? Imagine if he's available on a free transfer. Imagine. Oh! Oh! Tom! So Tom! Come on now! Relocate from where? Oh! I was so excited for a second there, and now I'm so sad. At least come in on trial. Come in on a month's trial. Get to know the place. Realise you don't have to relocate. Oh, imagine. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos, apart from this weekend. And thank you very much for watching.